Hi, I'm Tom Owens, inventor of the bodyCushion. And in this instructional video, we're going to start with just the 4-piece bodyCushion so that you can have a good basic understanding of the basic component parts of the bodyCushion and how you can make best use of them. The first thing I recommend is that you familiarize yourself a little bit with, in a way that is comfortable for you, unfolding and folding the bodyCushion. Just lay it out on the table. That's a way I've come to doing it, folding it up. And that way, it's not going to be a clumsy experience for you. Considering these 4 basic parts, I want to tell you a little bit about how it's made. The base is a high-impact material, slotted, screwed together, very, very strong. The Velcro attaches through slots that are molded right in the various portions of the face support base. This attaches by Velcro to the chest support. The face crescent attaches to the base by way of Velcro and allows you to position the crescent higher or lower. Also, you can adjust the jaw portion to support for a narrow jaw. You can move the jaw portion closer, or in the case of a wider face, you can move it outward. So it is adjustable. The chest support, of course, supports the body principally on the clavicles, sternum, ribs below the breast, and prominences of the ilium. The pelvic support is separable from the chest support, so that for a longer torso, you can simply separate it, and you're always looking at the distance between the clavicles and the anterior superior iliac spines. Now, it's not absolutely that critical. You have 4 inches here to play with. You have about 1.5 inches here, and you'll find there's very little difference between the longest and shortest of torsos. So just be mindful that you can afford better support if you position that ASIS about in the center of the highest elevated part of this pelvic support. The leg support, in this case a split support, supports the ankles in the face down position and under the knees face up. And we'll talk about how that works a little bit later. We're going to also show you, if you have the 1-piece leg support, that this is overall a little bit longer, or in its breadth wider than is the split leg support. And we'll show you some of the differences there a little later. The vinyl covering of the bodyCushion is a patented material. It has a patented finish that allows you to clean it repeatedly with strong sanitizing solutions, and it will not break down. I mention that because it's very important to keep it free of oils. If, however, over time you allow oils, body oils, and oils to accumulate on the surface, those will lacquer up, and over time any flexible surface will crack. If that happens, I want you to be aware that the covers are replaceable. And very simply, you can call us, order new covers, and simply put the lifetime phone in the new covers. Some people do this occasionally and opt for another color, a color that maybe they didn't start with. The other element I want you to be aware of is that these handles are very securely fastened. There are 2 on the sides. There is 1 in the front of the chest support, and you'll see how those are used. Likewise, on the leg support, we have handles either side, which make it very easy to use and carry. Here we have our subject on the bodyCushion face down. And again, you're referencing the clavicles, and you can just reach around in the front portion here and ascertain that they are in fact in the right place. If they're a little too high and you can't feel that area of support under the clavicle, you're just going to have them move down a little bit, and that's called nestling in. Likewise, we can see that the anterior superior iliac spine, that little prominence on the front of the ilium there, is at the upper portion of the pelvic support. So she's positioned just about right here. Notice also I have the knees out, and what that's going to do is shorten the musculature of the hip so that in that position of external rotation, it releases any muscular involvement on the sciatic nerve and releases those spanning muscles of the hip, so the hip is freed up. Also, it releases the pressure otherwise imposed on the sacroiliac joint. From the head end, we have the face in this soft crescent of foam. We can move the head and neck laterally because the face support is freely attached, and this affords a whole variety of possibilities in working the head, neck, and shoulders face down. The angle of the face support base allows some positioning of flexion for the neck. With the elevation the body cushion affords your patient or client, we can position the arms in this sphinx position, and in doing so it shortens the musculature of the upper shoulder, the upper trapezius. And this really idealizes being able to work effectively on the shoulders. The shoulder joint free and accessible. This is a very, very relaxed position. With the arm down, we can have it off the table. That affords us different access, or we can have it alongside, in which case the scapula moves in a very pronounced way laterally, away from the spine. And so in this way it affords us access under the axillary access here, into the lateral aspect of the scapula. The triceps are well presented. And this you'll find is a very, very comfortable position and really opens up and releases the upper back. The back is well supported. The client can breathe easily because there's that abdominal recess right under her abdomen. So there's no pressure on the abdomen, the abdominal organs, or the lower abdomen. The hips are well supported. The knees are flexed, releasing the hamstrings, softening any of the musculature associated with the knee. And then the ankles are in very restful repose here, supported right on the upper portion of the leg support. So here we have the client. If you put her in an upright position in your mind's eye, you'll see she's kind of in a Tai Chi posture. And this is a posture that releases any imposition of positioning forces on joint structures and associated musculature. If you're working in a chiropractic setting in the therapy room, or in a physical therapy clinic, or in athletic training, it's very likely that for the most part, and maybe exclusively, you're going to be using the body cushion in the face down position. And you're going to have it on the table all the time. You're going to be using it for ice, stim, ultrasound. You're going to do your manual work, your massage, all the time using the body cushion and using these wonderful benefits face down. And that's going to keep your life really simple and you're going to get better results. However, if you're working in a massage regimen where you're going to be rolling the client over, then you're going to want to know how to do that. And the way I've found it's really easiest is you're going to just have the client lift from their elbows, and sometimes I just hold the elbows here, and I'm going to have you lift your torso, and you just slide it up about 8 inches, and I'm going to have you roll over. And as they roll over, you can just slide the leg support right up under the knees, okay? And so the head should be referenced right at the head end of the chest support, and they roll over. It's pretty simple, okay? Likewise, when you roll from face up to face down, it's just a reverse of that process. Now to support her head very comfortably, I'm going to take the crescent and I'm going to place it under her neck and her head to stabilize the positioning of the head and also provide some cervical support.